At the intersection of corporate influence, medical practices, and human rights, there lies a harrowing narrative that implicates several U.S. corporations in the international sterilization of thousands, often carried out without consent and shrouded in secrecy. This phenomenon spans decades and continents, from the early 20th century into the recent past, revealing a grim legacy of exploitation and ethical neglect. To understand how such egregious acts unfolded, we must start by examining the historical backdrop. In the early to mid-20th century, eugenics, a movement aiming to improve the genetic quality of populations, was championed by many influential figures and institutions. This pseudoscientific ideology provided a convenient cover for discriminatory practices, including forced sterilizations aimed at reducing the population of those deemed unfit. U.S. corporations, entangled in this ideology, saw overseas involvement as an extension of their influence and a means to test medical products under less regulatory oversight. One notable example involved Puerto Rico, where, between the 1930s and 1970s, a shocking proportion of women were sterilized. The initiative was often supported by American pharmaceutical companies eager to capitalize on new markets while conducting large-scale testing. Under the guise of population control and economic development, these companies facilitated a program systematically altering the lives of countless women, many of whom were uninformed or outright deceived about the procedure's permanence. But Puerto Rico wasn't alone. These practices extended to Native American women within U.S. borders in the 1970s. Roughly 25% of Native American women of reproductive age were sterilized, often coerced or misled about the nature of the medical interventions they received. Deep-seated racism and systemic inequity underpinned these programs, effectively using sterilization as a tool of cultural genocide. Moreover, in India during the 1970s, an aggressive population control initiative supported by international aid and American corporate interests further underscores this narrative. Tens of millions were sterilized, often without proper consent or understanding, in exchange for financial incentives or under government pressure. The involvement of U.S. corporations in these mass sterilizations reveals the dangerous confluence of profit motives and unchecked power. Today, these historical injustices serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of prioritizing financial interests over human rights and ethical standards. As we reflect on these events, it becomes crucial to hold accountable those responsible and ensure that such acts are acknowledged and prevented in the future. Understanding this painful past helps light the path toward restorative justice and the safeguarding of basic human dignities everywhere.